The most important member, first and foremost, is the town planner, because it is his responsibility to envision how the state, the environment will evolve. The town planner has not been as vocal as he should be, especially in this environment. The town planner has not taken the driver's seat.
Leaders can create that opportunity for them, but they themselves as town planners must rise up, must stand up, must be counted to fully be able to take their rightful place.
As a professional town planner, so what does that connote? That is, town planners have not taken the driver's seat. What does it connote? And how can we take that seat?
Let me start by congratulating the Lagos State government, headed by Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, because it was the government that gave that leverage to the Ministry of Physical Planning, headed by the Honorable Commissioner Dr. Abiodun Olumide, to host the first Lagos Physical Planning Summit. By its design, it's meant to be biennial. So we are actually expecting another one in the next 2 years. But we're able to say this confidently because by superficial statements, superficial assessments, even if you do not go into details, everybody thought that that was a successful summit. I was in Abuja on the first day of that summit because I had to attend another program. And right there in Abuja, I had already had people calling me to tell me of the success of the first day. So by all standards, that was a successful summit. And by the way, the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners was so highly elated about the summit that they gave me an award at the Enugu conference to present to Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, which I hope to get to him very soon. So he made a statement that town planners have not taken the driver's seat. Well, we have to look beyond that statement, because when you say the driver's seat, it connotes that you are in charge. But truly, the town planner is not totally in charge when you begin to speak about governance of a city system or governance of a state. There is a governor. So, but I believe that the part of the planner in making himself relevant now lies in his ability to communicate. Because a lot of those on that driver's seat, which is the governor's seat, do not understand what planning is. Many people think that when you mention planning, particularly when you say town planning, they think it's about building plan approval and enforcement. They do not see the city system, the town system, as one that has a soul, as one that has to be planned, as one that can start from somewhere and grow. They do not see it as one that can shrink or become sick because of one policy or the other. So, and it is with that ignorance in mind that many people occupy those seats. So the driver's seat actually for the town planner is to be able to enlighten the one who is on that seat, to make him understand how cities are built by planning. You know, instead of making our cities happen, what happens here is that we make our cities happen to us. instead of us building those cities consciously. And that's where I think the planners really first have to call themselves together, recalibrate, redefine the syllabus, so as to know what to communicate to the leader. I was with the governor of Lagos State in August 2021, and as part of communicating this, I made him realize that, sir, the governor is in charge of how the state develops. And right there in his office, he should have a plan showing him how every part of the state connects. But he cannot do this effectively except he has somebody who is advising him, who knows everything about town planning, who knows how all the plans connect, how all those cities are linked. I said that is where he needs a town planner general. That was where I made the case for the office of town planner general, which he bought into, but unfortunately he couldn't hold, because the town planners that are meant to drive it also developed cold feet, and so we are where we are today. So I believe that what Mr. Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, CON, is saying is that we really have to take charge. That even if it is 5% that we are responsible for, we should really rise up and take charge of that 5%. If it is 50%, we should rise up and take charge of that 50%. But they must know that town planners know what they are doing, and that we humbly take the lead in determining what happens in the built environment.
Thank you very much, sir. Actually, even from what you have even said, there was a question we asked town planner Aliu, that planners, where they are supposed to be, we are not there, because provided those that we have to work with or those organizations really realize the importance of a town planner in any of the organization. Of course, he tried to explain that at least the inclusion of a town planner in any organization cannot be overemphasized or cannot be jettisoned. And that's even from what you have just said now, that sometimes because of this, because I have asked the question that, okay, if Mr. Governor needed to know, okay, what planning is all about, does that mean that somebody must be there to work with him, or somebody must be there, a town planner must be there as his PA? But you have just mentioned from your own discussion now that you propose the fact that there is need for a town planner general that will definitely project what planning is to him directly. So having said that, does that mean that the issue of town planner general has now been cancelled, or we are still proposing towards having town planner general?
It was an idea, and I still strongly believe in that idea. And I'm looking at that office as someone who is a right-hand man of the governor. He's not sitting in the Ministry of Fiscal Planning. He's working in the governor's office. He's not the commissioner for fiscal planning. He's not responsible for policies, because there will be a clash. He's not responsible for making policies in Ministry of Fiscal Planning. He's responsible for interpreting how the state is moving, how development is going, how those master plans, Alimosho is connecting with Agege Ifakojaye, how it is connecting with Ikeja. Don't forget that we have not reviewed our regional plan, which is what covers the whole of the state. And so everything, it's a dynamics. You know, it's a dynamics. We were assessing one of the master plans yesterday that were supposed to come and present. And I was saying that the population figure was low. And they were saying, for this area. I said, no. I said, you must be looking at the population in terms of the whole of the state. So if we say that Lagos is more than 22 million now, and in about 15 years we may be 40 million, this place should be part of the places that will absorb part of that. So that's the work of that town planner general. So the governor won't go out and say, we're going to build 50 schools. The town planner general should have worked with you and said, sir, based on our plans, these are the areas that 50 schools can be located. So the governor is more informed and he's saying we're planning to build 50 schools, 20 in Etiosa, 10 in Alimosho, 15 in Badagry, because he already has that information. So that position is not negotiable. And I used to say that, look, we either plan or we perish. And the way we perish is that you just see that continuously we are having difficulties. Continuously we are having congestion that we cannot easily solve. Continuously we are having security problems. They are all products of lack of planning.
Thank you, sir, very much for the explanation. I believe the people that are watching us or listening to you will quite understand that the issue of Town Planner General is not political this time around, and it requires somebody who knows the onions, who knows his
He has
onions.
to be knowledgeable.
Yes, that will be knowledgeable about planning, to be able to sell or to be able to introduce and tell whoever, Mr. Governor, what planning is all about. Thank you very much, sir. Dear colleagues in planning profession, the remark by former Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola's son, and the incumbent governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, serve as a profound reminder for us to reflect on our role as planners and take proactive steps to elevate our profession. Town Planner Toyin Ayinde, a past president of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, highlighted the importance of having a planner who is not only competent and knowledgeable, but also capable of directly engaging with and articulating the vision of physical development plans to the governor. Notably, the proposal for the creation of the Office of Town Planner General was presented to Mr. Governor as far back as August 2021. From Town Planner Toyin Ayinde's statement, it is evident that Mr. Governor acknowledged and appreciated the concept, but unfortunately, the idea was not pursued further. As we stand at this critical juncture, it is clear that Governor Sanwo-Olu has demonstrated an interest in advancing urban planning in Lagos State. Let us rally together as professionals to support and advocate for the establishment of the Office of Town Planner General. This bold step, if implemented, will position Governor Sanwo-Olu as a trailblazer, being the first governor in Nigeria to create such an office, setting a standard for others across the Federation to follow. Now, it is time to act with unity and determination. Let us work collaboratively to ensure this vision become a reality.